Boom. Alright. Let's drop it and get going immediately. Let's see what kind of horrific entities and how Mr. Aventurine kidnapped Ms. Robin and had her body trapped in here. Surely it's a good one.
Friend, my expression wasn't much better than yours when I first saw this.
Yeah,
your eyes aren't deceiving you. It's her. The famous singer, Robin.
But you got that explained to do. So is she dead or is she alive?
Well, first of all, can I just say that this had nothing to do with me?
Oh, okay, bro.
I'm just an unlucky bystander here. The family can testify for me. If you don't believe me, just ask anyone in the Bloodhound family. They hate me and they hate the IPC, so they'd never lie. This is not where the crime happened. What I showed you was a memory. The most basic light cone manifesting tech, authorized by the Garden of Recollection and owned by the IPC.
Lovely, bro.
Did you really
Basic
think the
light cone
Galaxy
tech.
Rangers were outsiders this whole time?
I mean,
Penacony has made a solemn commitment to protect the safety of anyone inside a family dream. Any person in distress will be forcibly awakened and safely returned to reality. What gives them the confidence to make such conclusive statements? Because behind this promise is the harmony. The family's Dreamweavers link up their minds together to construct an unbreakable defensive line.
Dreamweavers.
Breaking through this line of defense to create death in the dreamscape. Not even a memo keeper could do that without the family's permission.
So somebody's
Who could
quite
have
strong.
done it, friend? The only one is her. The girl who calls herself a Galaxy Ranger. An imposter. An unsought guest. An emanator who hides her true identity.
I mean, she would be the only one strong enough.
Ifrit's death was a foregone conclusion. And Robin? Her misfortune was staring right at her. Who will be the next to die?
Well, we already saw Firefly, bro. It's just one side of the story, bro. And he's not wrong. It is just one side. It's his side. But he's not wrong also. Someone is clearly capable of warping the dream. Now, who could be doing it? We saw Sparkle's able to create buckets of illusion.
It's fine.
Memo Keep us able
Listen
to
to your
alter
gut.
dreams and memories.
Building trust always takes time. And I'm willing to wait.
What's his ability to
I
manipulate?
just hope you realize that wherever that legacy is concerned, covert plans are already underway throughout Penacony.
What's his stake and how did he get all
Everyone's
this
got their own
information?
agenda.
That's the real question I got.
Careful you don't get stuck on the wrong side. If I were you, I'd keep my distance from Acheron. After all, any schemes out in the open are always going to be better than a monster in the shadows.
I mean, if I was a hedging bet man, I would want a fucking emanator on my side.
Who's to say there isn't an even deeper conspiracy lurking beneath the surface?
Great, the Memo Keeper.
Memo Keeper, I think our little deal is finished.
Aventurine is telling the truth. This memory is a real one, and there's no sign of any distortion grafting on.
Okay, that's
the
good.
IPC is not the Garden, and there are real limits to what they can actually do. But you know all this. Friend, let's not beat around the bush here. The thing is, I want to reach out personally to team up with the Astral Express. I told you I'm just not interested in scrambling for the legacy. I just came to Penacony for work. I'm here to retrieve some lost property for the IPC, if you catch my drift. I'm talking ownership of this frontier prison. This has all become a bad debt thanks to
He
the
wants to own
cancer
this
of
place.
all worlds. The IPC has tried sitting down for negotiations time and again, but the family wouldn't even take our calls. You have no idea how difficult these people are to deal with. Put it
Family's
this
not
way.
very friendly now, is it?
They've hushed up the existence of death before, so they can definitely cover up any news about Robin's death. It'll just quietly float off like a bubble and pop. Nobody ever being the wiser. Friend, I need your help.
What exactly do you need, though? Got something on right now. Oh, I'm doing other stuff. Okay. So then I was like, that's a weird way to phrase that. What do you actually
I have
need?
but only one
let's
goal.
humor him.
The family's front door is like a high wall, and to tear the whole thing down, I'll have to dig out a few chunks first. Once I find a weak point, the IPC will have plenty of means. Now we have our chance. So long as we can get to the truth behind her death, we can have justice for Robin.
Justice for
While
Robin.
also gaining a valuable bargaining chip for bringing the family to the table. Truly a once-in-a-blue-moon opportunity. I've been investigating and making lots of friends all over Penacony precisely for this very moment. This tragic news would be extremely bad for the family, so they'll be doing everything they can to stop it leaking, especially to the IPC. But I trust that there are still a few factions that remain exceptions, and that's why I need you all. The reputation of the Astral Express precedes you, and the Harmony will give you the fairest of appraisals.
Is that so?
You get to find out really what happened and seek justice, and I get to put it toward completing my mission for the IPC. It's what you call a win-win situation.
We're gonna force us to work with this son of a bitch, aren't they? We're taking advantage of the family and trust us. The Nameless would never associate with the IPC. Bro, I have an entire team dedicated to this type of
Don't
thing.
worry, just head back and talk things over with your companions.
We need to consult with them.
That navigator is really smart. She must understand the value of this deal. Look, here's my contact details. If you come to any conclusions, call me.
Do we already have his contact
Oh,
details?
and take this. A thorough investigation can always use a little more funding. Don't mention it. So
Thanks.
long, friend. I really am looking forward to uncovering the truth about death with everyone.
The truth about death.
Aventurine just sauntered off. He really doesn't mean to force it, but something still seems off.
He's too nonchalant.
What now? What are your plans?
Black Swan. What is she thinking?
You bet with him to get us out of there or keep us safe.
On the surface,
50,000
this
credits,
doesn't
man.
look
Thanks
like
for
a
the bonus.
bad deal for you. But Aventurine is a shrewd merchant whose scheme won't just be as simple as it appears to be.
Yeah, no shit.
He doesn't
Anyone can
know
fucking figure that
about
one
Miss
out.
Firefly yet. But, judging by your reaction, he may have noticed something going on and deliberately shifted topics to the truth of death to try and pull you in line with his way of thinking.
How do you know that?
That's quick thinking and very sound logic. Aventurine is no fool, and working with him definitely has its dangers.
Yeah, like standing against a fucking emanator. The Nameless cannot turn a blind eye to evil for Firefly's sake. Like it's safe since she's smarter. My thoughts would die and let it decide for me, honestly. But that plays into the idea that you don't control your fate. You let fate itself. Whatever. Playing it safe is smarter. We can't fence it for too long, or we'll literally be left on the wayside, cleaning up the mess.
Insofar as things are presently concerned,
Yeah.
yes. But what about the long term?
The Emanator hasn't given us any
Anyway,
help,
be careful
really.
out there. There's more than one way
The only person helping us
trail.
investigate
In
is
a dark forest
adventuring.
beset by wolves, ensuring your own escape to safety should be your primary concern. As for the other questions,
Yeah, we shouldn't tie ourselves to a sinking ship. Good question. Did death kill her?
I'm not sure the two cases were committed by the same culprit, but that massive wound looked like its winged blade.
Oh, cool.
We've all witnessed it in action before. Plus, it seems unlikely that there would be two lethal entities loose in the dreamscape.
Yeah, who's running behind Acheron?
Sorry, I can't answer that question. That ranger is shrouded in mystery. I'm afraid no one is capable of providing an answer. But without a doubt, she's the most special guest at this banquet. It's like Aventurine said just then. It's best to keep your distance.
Most special guest. Okay, so she is an emanator. I mean, we fucking know she is. Literally boot up the damn game and it gives you the entry for the fucking self-annihilator. Have you noticed anything unusual? Yeah, like the fucking illusionary clone girl. The illusionary masked fool who's been mucking up everything outside of this.
Two victims appearing one after the other in a very short time span. In and of itself, that's very unusual.
Not really,
Two
not even
possibilities.
murderer.
The collapse of Penacony's dreamscape has started speeding up, making death extremely agitated and weakening the family's protections. Or everything has been planned out and executed by someone.
In rapid fashion.
If someone has chosen these victims deliberately, first a smuggler, then a family celebrity, then this murderer's motives are worth thoroughly chewing over.
First a smuggler, then a family celebrity. Interesting. I didn't myself. I thought Firefly died second. Unless is the smuggler someone else? Oh, it's Firefly.
It's all happened so quickly, I can only make conjecture. After leaving here, go have a chat with your companions. I hope you can clarify the source of this confusion.
Speaking of companions, didn't you send all of us in and March 7th ended up somewhere completely different? Yeah, where are our teammates?
This way. It's a short walk. Don't get lost.
No, don't get lost. You couldn't even get these motherfuckers in the same location. Blasted them to fucking hell. Scorched dogs. Is that a pinball? No, it's just a bell. Like a
this way.
Trolley bell.
This is where we part ways. All of this is like a nightmare.
Oh, thank you. No shit.
Unfortunately, the remembrance doesn't lie. What we just saw is the reality that happened. And it won't fade from our minds just because we wake up.
Yeah.
But follow your heart and don't be afraid. We all walk through this world casting shadows of different lengths. And ultimately, all we leave behind are precious memories. Hold on just a sec.
She pulled a card from her ear.
A small parting gift. If one day you unfortunately fall into the deep waters of the memory zone and there's no memo keeper to join you, hopefully it can guide you on my behalf. I also pay great attention to the ways of the world. Just think of this as an apology from me for hiding something from you.
Oh, okay. Thanks. That's it. That's it.
I've something private to take care of regarding that galaxy
Well, she's not even gonna comment on
Let's leave things there, shall we? What fascinating memories will you bring for me next time we meet? I sincerely look forward to them.
Yeah, you go ahead and dance at that Galaxy Ranger. You'll learn your lesson real quick. I feel so antsy. Help. Jesus, bro. Yeah, Marge out here fucking panicking. Yeah, where are you? Well, she's like, I feel so antsy, bro. Help. She didn't say anything. Her last message was help, and everyone's like, whoa, calm down there, March. Bro, she could be fucking dead, bro. No one said you good. you know what happened to her. Oh, I guess her body would have popped up somewhere.
A family rep. Is Himiko okay?
Oh boy. Things are getting worse and worse. We haven't even begun, really. I mean, we have begun, but like, we've only essentially been investigating. This shit is getting worse. We've already lost a teammate. Every time we go in, we get separated.
So much has happened.
We're gonna get the fucking family blocking us.
I should take a moment to gather my thoughts and wait for everyone to arrive.
Good call, brother man. Some time ago. Oh, do we get to see March's perspective?
Better unsheath that blade now, Ranger.
Do you still dream, Hunter? Of those slain by your hand?
Oh, she about to fuck this nigga up, bro.
It appears the outcome has already been determined.
We're still alive, as are you. We still have room to make a choice. Leave the music box behind, and then go.
Choice. The bloody trail of the destruction leaves no room for hesitation.
The Taurus Fire Demon. Even if you sacrifice your life for that Aeon, you won't get special treatment.
Ranger, you tread the narrow path of the hunt. You could never understand. We come from the fire and are born bathed in fire. We spread, burn, and destroy until all the kindling is burned out and we leave only ashes on the ground. Burning forms the entire life of a fire demon, from the beginning to the end. We are born to die, just to put into practice a profile of another universal truth. All things are created for the destruction.
Your companions don't seem to think so. They fight for your chance at survival.
They are my children, and just as I was, they are flames that have yet to burn my heart. They're still young, and I don't blame them. But my flames are faint, and time is running out. Can you see the planet of festivities in the distance? I plan to bring Purgatory with me there, and before that, I must surpass you.
Why?
Because on the path they have forged, you have traveled farther than I have. Emanator.
Interesting path they forged. So we're getting more into the predestination part of
Cannot
Aeons.
hide your true identity. Draw that sword, for we shall indeed remain here, bound to fight a decisive battle to the death, for I choose this.
Oh, this is him choosing his fate. Okay.
Destruction is intense, but brief. To cravenly cling to life is to endure an endlessly prolonged existence.
Nihilistic view, but
Even if the answer
Guess he
turns
falls
out
doing
to be
his
your own
voice.
destruction.
What is important is not the answer, but that it exists, just as you exist. Everything exists to be destroyed. Emanators are no different. Just as even sweet dreams may be born of the void, the so-called impossible is merely something that has yet to happen.
All right. I accept.
You shall witness
The color scheme is very close to the actual like destruction.
intense fire in existence.
The purple and black.
May this flame illuminate the farthest reaches of your bottomless dream.
A bottomless dream. Yes, that's right. But you've made one small mistake. This blade remains in its scabbard not out of pity or scorn. It's a personal secret that I don't want to disclose, but perhaps out of reciprocity.
Her hand's always on the
I'll
damn
reveal
hilt
the
this way.
truth to you. The hunt is not the path I truly follow. May death be the end of your boundless dream, guiding you back to the waking world. I still see them in my dreams. Hold it. Your time hasn't come yet.
Damn, bro, she's like, I ain't about to kill you.
Time.
I've seen many clever disguises that can conceal appearances, but they can never cover up who a person really is. And you're no different. You had no desire to kill the Trailblazer. You only did what you did to drive me and the Memo Keeper away, but why?
Interesting. She doesn't draw her blade unless their
Did
time's to
Destiny's
come.
slave make you do it?
You know, Elio.
But she wouldn't draw her blade for
This is just the
Firefly.
kind of thing that'd get written into your script.
My script has always been brief. Other than that, anything beyond that is unnecessary. He knows my nature. There is but a single destiny from which no one can escape. And until then, I hold the privilege of choice. However, you appear to be ignorant of this, so it's time for me to inquire. Who exactly are you?
Not your enemy, perhaps.
That's not what I asked.
That's not that you're not gonna get an
I don't
answer.
deserve your curiosity. Loners wandering the cosmos always have their secrets. Take me. I'm wanted by the IPC, so it's little wonder that I know something about the Stellaron hunters. That's all.
Interesting.
Maybe I can help.
What reason would you have for doing that?
I tend to forget things. Which is why, rather than memories, I'm accustomed to using my emotions to capture what I normally wouldn't otherwise. So, I know who is inside that cold armor. How about it? Ready to take off that armor and sit down for a talk?
It's not yet time.
Not yet
I
time.
don't need help.
That sounds fucked. What the
But I
hell?
can give you a suggestion that would make things better for you and me. If your goal is the Watchmakers Legacy, then go look into the family. Not only are they covering up the existence of death, but they're burying the past and the truth about what happens
inside the dreamscape.
I'm gonna guess this place is really a
Already
great
on
dream.
it.
And the Astral Express is no enemy of yours.
Yeah, I'm curious to learn too.
I know that. I just never expected to hear you say it. What's next then? The Trailblazer's been taken by Black Swan. Will you go look for him?
No need for that. No harm in mentioning that Elio's only given me one instruction. Get all of the Astral Express to track down the Grand Legacy. I tried settling this in an easier and more direct way, but as you can see, here I am confronting you. I failed.
Easier and direct way? I wonder what that could be.
The so-called impossible is merely something that has yet to happen. That's it. Before we split, can I ask you one more thing? Is there anything else in your script about me? I'd like to know what kind of footnote I get to leave in that future foreseen by destiny.
Why should I say you weren't in the script?
Unfortunately, not a thing came up.
Nothing about her, huh?
I knew it.
Hang on. I don't.
Don't. What?
Your first question was, do you still have dreams about everyone who died because of you? I don't. Never have.
Never dreamed of them, huh?
I was born without the ability to dream. I live for this cold, harsh reality. For a little light. And to burn. To keep on burning. Until I turn to ash. So, I really envy you.
Is that so? Then you're already living in the waking world.
Ugh. I want to know what her goal is. She's she's got a goal to fucking shake down the Grand, whatever the fuck. What was her goal
We
previous?
heard about Miss Firefly
Why is she here?
from Black Swan,
Maybe she doesn't even know.
but we never expected Miss Robin to...
Yeah, she's fucking dead.
I'm sorry that I couldn't be with you then.
Shit, none of you motherfuckers can do it.
Reality cruises on in serenity, while undercurrents bubble up from the dreamscape. Just like that memo keeper said. Stay strong, everyone. We can still do what we can for them. Starting with finding the murderer.
Let's
Easier said than
recap
done.
everything then. The Trailblazer just reminded me of something. Marge, do you remember what that family rep who negotiated with us said?
Indeed, we trust that the Nameless has nothing to do with this. And we also beg each of you
Oh,
to help
cool.
assist the family in
Let me trust that
verifying
we're
the
here from
identity
there.
of the deceased. That's how it was put, in reference to Miss Firefly.
Looking back, he seemed a little evasive at the time. And he also failed to mention anything about the earlier murder, too.
The
Yeah.
family's
Maybe
planning
he
on
fucking didn't
covering
know.
up all news about Miss Robin's death.
That's
If
doubtful they
news
had to
gets
know.
out, Penacony is going to turn into a bloodbath.
Hey,
But
that'd be
the
pretty
murder
cool.
that followed closely after was obviously beyond their anticipation. The family had to try and turn things to their advantage by bringing in reinforcements from outside. The Charmony Festival is nearly here. They must be snowed under.
It may also be that Miss Firefly's murder had so many witnesses that it couldn't be covered up. So they went with the flow and let more people on the scene to control the situation. After all, the nature of the
Robin's
two
murder wasn't
murders is
Seen
fundamentally
by the
different.
time.
The family's first protective measure should be against malicious actors among the guests, such as that IPC envoy.
Speaking of which, he's the nice. He really is up to no good. Aventurine is on guard against Acheron, but Acheron is apparently, according to Destiny's slave, so Elio wants the 𝐿𝐴𝐿 hunters to help us seek the Grand Legacy, or wants us to seek the Grand Legacy. He seems very interested in the Astral Express crew. This makes me think, I wonder if Elio is a trailblazer, or like one of a follower of 𝐂𝐿𝐼. He seems to be a Destiny's slave, and we're on our own tracks, literally, heading towards different locations. So now we have Acheron, who's not a threat to us, apparently, thanks to Sam. Then there's Aventurine, who is the only person who has a ulterior goal. His isn't to find the grand dream and like the secret of the dreamscape. His is to get control of this place for the IPC. Everyone else is to find out what the secret is of this place. He's the only one set up with an antagonistical goal. Even Sparkle didn't want to help. And we don't know what her goal is either. Her goal is probably just to fuck around the tavern. And we don't know what the Memo Keeper's main goal is either. Just to see exciting memories? Everyone might be more simplistic than we think.
Indeed. He was particularly concerned about that Galaxy Ranger.
Yes, he was.
Are we missing the forest for the trees here? I always felt that Aventurine's reasons for accusing Miss Acheron were highly subtle. Can we believe him?
At this point, I'm afraid the only ones we can trust are ourselves.
Honestly, I mean, not
Look,
wrong.
Let's try to gather intel first and then list all the possible outcomes we can. Then we go through them, eliminating contradictions one by one.
Honestly.
The fewer facts remaining, the closer we are to the truth. I've still got this sense of foreboding. It's like we're stuck in a whirlpool, spinning around that legacy even after everything that's happened.
This time we're playing the role of a real detective. But before we start, what are we going to say to the family and Aventurine?
As I see things, the family harbors no ill will towards the Astral Express. If they didn't trust the crew, they wouldn't have casually commissioned outsiders to investigate a case that's, in all likelihood, a scandal. Plus, this is the family's turf. Teaming up with them should make things easier for us in the future.
Not if they're trying to hide something.
Aventurine, well, I'd like to hear your thoughts.
He's complex. He deliberately slow-played his hand during negotiations while running circles around us all the while. He appealed convincingly to both reason and emotion. It wasn't forced, but the intent was obvious.
Yeah, something like that, yeah.
Still, it's good to have contacts among all this uncertainty. Aventurine showed his skills, and as far as our interests are aligned, he can become a reliable ally.
Can he, though?
We also need to keep a certain distance from the family. Never let them get too close. Teaming up with the IPC helps balance that out. If either side makes a move, we have the option to pull out.
So you suggest accepting Aventurine's proposal to team up?
Yes.
Black Swan is right.
It's risky, but we can only wait until both sides have played their cards before making any further judgments.
Herschel of Intelligence. What the fuck he was the Herschel of?
I get why, but there's a whole lot of bad guys and girls around here, and I'm worried about getting stabbed in the back. He's been bullied a few times now, and I can't stand it anymore.
Can't stand to see me bullied? Thanks, March. I'm fine. I got a lot of... No, let's focus on the big picture, March. I'll be fine.
You're like a broken record.
No, I'm the one focused this March.
Forget about it. Just let me keep an eye on him. If that doesn't work, we can just turn the tables and use him instead.
That's a lot harder than you think.
Could you please reply to Aventurine? Everyone, take this time to put together your thoughts.
Now we have to get aggressive with this dude, too. Fine. Astro Express will work with you, for now. Let's see how this is going to turn out. 100,000 credits. Thanks, boss. $200,000, huh? He knows how to throw money around to keep someone interested. Play on someone's greed. Remember, greed makes you malleable, makes you weak, predictable.
It looks like Aventurine is happy with this outcome. Let's tell everyone about it.
Oh yeah, his gates can reach every corner of the Dark Realm of his dream. Interesting. Let's talk to Miss Himiko about it.
Aventurine's goal is to try and recapture Penacony for IPC. To do this, he'll have to bring down the family in its entirety to create a big enough chance.
That's definitely a scandal.
The existence of death will be covered up by the family. So how does he plan on taking them down? It's gotta be something important enough that everyone will notice.
Expose the existence
But
of death.
It also can't be anything too out
No,
of
he can't do death because that will ruin this place. Maybe he'll go for the family themselves.
He's definitely going for the family, and it's just a matter of how. The harmony is strong in Penacony, and almost impossible to take on head-to-head.
I mean,
The fact that
he's
the
showing he's able to
IPC
subterfuge.
dispatched Aventurine shows that they do not intend to simply play by the book here.
Yeah, they wanted a subterfuge operative. Not negotiations, not a play-by-play, but not a show of force either. So they want this place to collapse and sweep in. But it can't be something outright, which I feel like that's what's going to happen. We are going to expose death and destroy the dream somehow. This place is going to be fucked. And he won't be able to... It won't cause him directly to fail, but it absolutely will fuck up his plans.
An attack on the hotel guests? Unlikely. Penacony's guests include quite a few bigwigs known throughout the whole cosmos. People who not even the IPC would dare take lightly. Aventurine is a shrewd merchant, and there's no way he doesn't know that.
Not unless he's going to make the family seem like the ones who take the targets out.
Aventurine has devoted considerable attention to her. But this Galaxy Ranger, we know hardly anything about her, and can't rush to any conclusions.
It could be a powerful weapon. An emanator shows up and just fucks up this entire place. How about us? We could be a weapon.
I was also considering this possibility. Especially because he respects you so much, and has sought you out before a few times.
Yeah, respects us.
Perhaps he's also unsure of your intentions and is probing you.
Maybe he sees us as a problem solver like himself, and we can just fuck up his plans.
I'm just speculating. In any case, we have to be careful when handling Aventurine. He's skilled at reading people and discerning the right moment to strike. Also, he's clearly a born gambler if he's willing to go all in to win.
Yeah, bro. He's like 90% of the damn player base. In that case, he's just like me for real.
Aventurine said something that concerns me.
Oh, now he says
He
something that
accused
concerns you?
that Galaxy Ranger of killing Robin without any evidence whatsoever.
True.
But said nothing about her connection to that memory zone meme or why he was stalking you. It was a
Yeah, we didn't
groundless
probe it. We didn't
accusation,
push him on it either.
which only serves to make him seem more suspicious.
He's bluffing. He is bluffing. Absolutely, he's bluffing. I think he's betting on hedging us against 𝐿𝐴HRON, because 𝐿𝐴HRON is the only thing that isn't a constant that he can handle. He doesn't know anything about her. She's an actual, like, wrench in the plan. She's probably the only one that, in a sense, isn't fated. If Elio has a script, she's not in it. If fucking everything's destined to destroy it, she's not in it. If he's a gambling man and, say, the family is black and we're playing roulette and we're red, fucking, he's going for green. He's going for 0. That roulette wheel spins. 𝐿𝐴HRON is the fucking roulette dice flying out. Acheron is a drunk person falling onto the table, collapsing. You see what I mean? She's a completely like outside entity that wasn't factored into the equation. Think of what's far wrong. There's like, I didn't calculate that aliens would land on a planet to solve our problems. Yeah, who the fucking calculate for that?
Maybe Aventurine's goal was never to gain our trust. Maybe he wanted to foster a feeling of enmity towards Acheron and make the situation more volatile.
What did I say?
Birds, one stone.
Literally called it out.
However, I asked Don Hung back on the Express to confirm that story about the Annihilation Gang and the lost messages. It wasn't something that Aventurine made up out of thin air.
You really did body those fuckers.
You've met her many times now. What's your impression of Miss Acheron?
She's a sweet, gentle woman, mysterious one, powerful. Weird, I can't say mysterious. Right, she fucked up our mind. We can't talk about her. Wait, that makes me think. Was it her when we first met? She does not seem like the type to have the power. She said, right, even if you want to say something about me, you can't.
That fits the stereotype of a Galaxy Ranger to a T. Eccentric, unpredictable, and fond of being alone. No wonder she's a suspect.
I forgot about that. We can't say anything about her. Damn, Mark, what you doing out here staring at the fucking, Give me that, bro. This sticker was not here.
I hope it's not too soon to bring it up, but I feel like Miss Robin isn't actually dead.
She probably
but
isn't,
that
March.
she's still alive and well. Somewhere. That everything's just some horrible prank. Because...
It's a prank, bro.
Aren't we supposed to be inside a dream? How could someone die in a beautiful dreamscape like this?
It's kind of the point.
Shouldn't only good things happen here?
You sound like the damn people who, see exactly the reason the family doesn't want this to come out.
Theater, I just can't stop all these thoughts from flooding my head.
We'll restore the dreams back to normal. We won't restore shit.
Yeah, of course. At times like this, we're so lucky to have our crew. The family and the IPC. Everyone has their own plans going on.
We got our own plans now, too.
Everyone's still having a great time out there on the streets. Nobody knows what's happened. It's all so unreal. As if Firefly, Miss Robin, and us we're all outsiders from another world.
I mean, we literally are.
Aw, what a mess. I
With a
really want a
nightmare
nice
in
cool
everyone's
drink of
dreamland.
soda to help me calm down. But then I'd be just like everyone else out on the streets.
Yep. Listen, March, why do we dream?
Looks like
You're
Aventurine
afraid
doesn't
of
need
waking
anything
up.
else. Let's turn our attention to the family's assignment for now. 𝐂𝐿𝐼, what do you think?
Among our current clues, the two murders that he witnessed are the most directly connected. I suggest starting here.
I mean, you only saw one.
thing
We
I'm
still don't know how
curious
Robin got
about
bodied.
is, if a person dies in a dream, what happens to them in real life? Seeing as we're at the family's behest, why not pop back out to reality and verify Miss Firefly's situation back at the hotel? Perhaps we could also make a few inquiries about her while out there.
How about we split off into two groups? There are still some things worth focusing on inside the dreamscape. I'll investigate those, and we can link up again later.
Last time we split up, you motherfuckers got
Worth
sent to like the Shadow
focusing
Room.
on? Oh. No problem. I'll leave it to you then.
Huh? Aw, I thought I'd finally get to see 𝐂𝐿𝐼 and Mr. Yang go out on a mission together.
You watch
Oh,
these
well.
motherfuckers body everyone.
Take care then, Mr. Yang.
I will. Keep in touch.
They're sending this nigga after Acheron, bro. We're sending a Herschel after an Emanator. Yeah, that's shit's about to be mocked. I'm about to see some shit, bro.
Honored guest, could you come out for a second?
Bro. That was quick.
I'd be embarrassed too, getting stared at like that.
Forgive me. My name is 𝐿𝐿𝐼𝐻. I'm one of the crew members on the Astral Express. I believe you've met my colleagues.
Well,
Is there something about my name?
Yeah, you got a whole universe backing your shit, nigga.
first, don't you want to know my name?
Couldn't care less.
I already do, Miss Acheron. You're a prominent figure in Penacony.
What are they saying about me?
Some claim that you're the real culprit behind these murders, that the Annihilation Gang's tragic fate at the banquet was a result of your blade, and that you're now attempting to unleash another bloodbath on Penacony.
The Annihilation Gang.
Ifrit of Everflame Mansion.
Tragic fate. That Duke turned his dying body to flames and sacrificed his life as a martyr. He was a determined and heroic pathstrider. Not even a villain should be disparaged like this.
Pathfinder after the destruction,
What's more,
that
there were
is.
plenty of suspects invited. Do they really think that a blade is more dangerous than that black hole you're wielding?
Keen intuition. Not even the family managed to point out the truth behind this cane. So you must surely know, Miss Acheron, that peering into a black hole is not a wise move. As a potential threat, your knowledge of us has reached uncomfortable depths. Reveal your true identity and intentions. Otherwise, brace yourself for gravitational disintegration.
Damn, but we pulled out the Herschel
Shouldn't be
status.
necessary. But if it makes the Nameless feel less defensive, I'll be happy to abide. Believe it or not, Galaxy Ranger, Acheron. Those are the names I go by to this very day.
You get the name
My
Acheron, to be
trip to
honest.
Penacony is solely to fulfill an old, final request.
Oh, okay, so we get to find out her goal.
I'm here for the Watchmakers Legacy.
Okay, so she's here for it too.
And
Great,
that's it.
fucking great.
I think I've been honest enough.
Damn.
Still unwilling to reveal your true identity?
She revealed that these
It's
aren't
not
her
that I don't want
identities.
to. It's just that I can't. I've come so far, and I can't sum up all of that in just a few words. Everyone has their own unspeakable past. Secrets that they don't want to be revealed.
Why's our audio so low?
And I won't be asking any more questions, such as why the Astral Express is roaming around the cosmos with a 𝐙𝐿𝐴𝐿 on board. Is he okay? That memo keeper didn't do anything, right?
He's fine. Let's stick with the topic. Gaining my trust all depends on how much you're willing to reveal.
Alright, so she knows he's a Herschel, and she knows that I'm a
I've run around
Stellar.
many different Penacony dreamscapes just to try and find that legacy. And during this period, I came into contact with quite a few guests. In the process, I gradually came to realize the secret of Penacony may be closely related to the Trailblaze. That's why I've come to ask for your help.
We're still looking for the
I
missing
don't have enough
Trailblazers.
proof yet, but
That's
I'd
what we're
like
here
to
for.
speculate something. The source of all tragedy lies within the family. If you could trust me, we could find the proof to support this claim together. Mr. Yang, I think you've come to the same conclusion, haven't you?
Let's leave it at that. For now, I'll choose to believe that you bear no hostility. Share your findings with me and me alone. I don't want vague conjecture to interfere with other people's judgments before we find solid proof.
Mm-hmm. By the way, would you like something to drink? Before we go, how about 2 cups of Wake the Heck Up? No, 4 cups.
4 cups.
Because the conversation coming up will last forever.
Alright, so Welt and Acheron. Motherfucker's got us some allies now. Thank you, Mr. Welt.
I've been watching her closely for a while now, and the first invitation was in the banquet hall of the hotel. She just sat in one corner, keeping silent, chugging down a couple cups of Wake the Heck Up. I told her it's a pungent, bitter beverage, not the taste of sweet dreams, only for people allergic to Soul Glad. And she said,
Really? But I don't taste any difference at all between them.
the guest rooms are charmingly minimalist. An aesthetic you share, Miss Acheron. It's a cinch, this music box. The invitation received by the Annihilation Gang.
That's more
There are
like
latent
singed.
memories that linger on it yet. You see, memories of you are not yours alone. They travel in other people, other things. I know much, and I can predict even more. With some help, the dead can be made to speak.
Interesting. That's just, she's gonna do her
The
own probative
Annihilation
attack.
Gang, that band of desperados who all disappeared after meeting you. What exactly happened to them? Well, let me reveal all.
Yeah, all our questions being answered. I kind of like that. Very much using that mimic you have.
12. Dreamscape 12. Father, I dedicate this to you.
Well done, Dubra. Wherever they go, shall be met by annihilation.
There it is. It's hazy, but it's Ifrit's voice. The other one is probably his progeny.
Oh yeah, one of the
This
fucking
is the
like
residual
5.
memory from when the invitation was first delivered. They were abruptly interrupted. Then, what happened next is...
Interesting. So they acquired invitations legitimately, and then immediately were attacked, probably.
We sought refuge in the land of sleep, merely wishing for undisturbed rest, away from the storms. Children of the flame, this marks your rite of passage.
She won't be necessary. I alone am enough.
When have those on the path of destruction feared death?
Ooh, I recognize that voice. It's
The Everflame Mansion has set out on a journey.
no, he doesn't lead
Those
fucking
poor
Walking
people,
Dead.
they have no idea what lies in wait ahead of them. Memory recovery is going well, but slowly. She'll be here soon, and time is short. There's nobody else here, so there's no need to be delicate. In fact, I think I'd better go all out.
Don't peer too deep
What
here.
happened? The memory after that is blank. How is that possible? This music box fell into Acheron's hands, and she brought it to Penacony. That's a fact, and that's how it should have gone. But along the way... it's like it's been erased. Who's done this?
Bruh. The memories are already erased. That's not something. That's not something you want to hear when you're peering into memories.
It's... no. Is this not a memory?
Oh, a memo keeper. Do you serve the Garden of Recollection? Or the Cremators? My name is Constance. A pleasure to meet you. We were supposed to meet in Penacony and spend it unforgettable time together.
That's fucking. Imagine peering into memories and then hitting into someone
Unrealistic.
watching you.
Dahlia's not welcome on the banquet star, and I don't need a coming-of-age ceremony. And you, I know what you're looking for. Want her secret? I can give it to you, and then you can enjoy the banquet for me.
That's a terrible deal to make, Memo Keeper.
I wish you unforgettable memories.
That doesn't sound good.
A phone. Wanna listen in?
Bruh. This is all sorts of fuckery. So the Annihilation Gang is paying attention. Get to play this adventure.
A few days ago, the IPC made an announcement. Under the watchful guidance of the Marketing Development Department, and in accordance with the Interstellar Peace Charter, the independent Sigonian sovereignty has hereby been established, and shall take a legislative seat at the Interstellar Congress.
So he is. So he is Sigonian, okay.
Of the Sigonian sovereignty is of
Stupid
great
fucking wiki
historical
lists him as an
significance to the
abject.
Sigonia
Even
system. This
Sparkle
move
calls him
puts an
out.
end to the planet's long and bloody history, turning the sensational 𝐂𝐿𝐴vgen extinction event into a distant memory.
Sigonia 4 is located in an unclaimed zone at the intersection of the Denise, Prothean, and Dorneau star clusters. The planet's surface environment is known for being extremely harsh, constantly faced with the threat of impact from small-scale celestial objects.
Jesus Christ, they're like a fucking small moon
This is
doll,
why
isn't it?
very few intelligent species have made this planet their home, dividing themselves into several tribes to eke out nomad lifestyles as they struggle to survive the arid desert wilderness. They have developed their own folk beliefs that are independent of the Aeon belief system.
Yeah, there you go. That explains the Genshin story. Their own beliefs, independent of the EOS.
Sigonia, ravenous eye of the storm, spurned by all the gods. Land of rock, but not water. Lightning, but not rain. Blood, but not tears. You beat us with your falling stars. You lash us with wind and storm. You chew us up with the cracked earth.
What a shithole to be born onto.
You promised us a land of honey, yet yoked us beneath a sword of bitterness. Oh, 𝐿𝐴𝐿𝐴vgen Triclops, if thou can hear me, please open up thy three eyes and gaze upon this child. When you took his father, my child was still sleeping in my belly. And where my husband went, I too soon must go.
Died due to childbirth.
I don't ask for a peaceful death. Just for you to tell me, does the baby swaddled sweetly asleep? Does he dream of his mother's heartbeat and the sound of falling rain? Please tell me whether this life is all just a fleeting dream. Otherwise, why would this child be born to face impending death?
A question we ask in reality.
Mommy!
Like it cannot be that old to be saying that.
Mommy! Rain! It's raining!
Like someone behind it. But
Raining? Raining.
well, I mean, that sounds like a sign. She asked for a sign from her god and it started raining.
It is raining! It's true!
Outworlders weren't lying to us. They really did summon the rain. Mommy, we can leave here. We can go back home.
Back home. 𝐏𝐿𝐿𝐿 Triclops. You came. Do you hear that? Thank you. Thank you.
We're in Adventures POV. He must have a sibling then. His mother dies here.
Listen. This is the sound of rain. On the day you were born, the sky also sent down a gift like this from 𝐿𝐿𝐿. Such a lucky child.
Based. He's a blessed child.
Such a blessed child. Just like your name. A gift from them to Avgen.
So he's an Avgen born in Sigourney? Or is it like a two-race thing? I don't know.
May the goddess 𝐿𝐿𝐿 close her eyes 3 times. Keep your blood eternally pulsing. Let your journey be forever peaceful.
It's like regular people and Darsons.
And your schemes forever concealed.
What do they call it? No.
Welcome to this sad world, 𝐿𝐿𝐿.
So he was born to a nomadic tribal.
Time to wake up, gambler.
Is that Dr. Rish? There's no way he can remember that.
I must have drunk too much Soul Glad. Didn't expect you to be back so soon. How is it? Find anything?
Just as you guessed. Nobody outside knows about Robin's death. There aren't even baseless conspiracy theories. They're still streaming the rehearsal for her ceremony. Using a stand-in, I guess.
There's Sparkle.
They must be dreaming.
Of course. Who could imagine that death would actually descend upon the idyllic dream created by the family?
Well, the family would. They'd be keeping death that day.
Would be the female lead of the Charmony Festival. To be honest with you, I didn't believe it. I even tested it a few times myself. Until I discovered that I couldn't actually die. Whenever there's any danger, I'm forced awake by the dream pool, and it's all as if everything were just a nightmare.
He's tried killing himself in the dream.
That's why I'm convinced that there are a few big secrets lurking behind the scenes.
Someone had to kill him.
Then you must have heard about the Memory Zone meme. When I graciously deigned to establish connections with the Oak family on your behalf, they were quite in a pitiful state of disarray. Besides Robin, there was another body. I don't know the exact details, just that it was a stowaway.
Oh, yeah, Firefly.
2 murder cases? I told you something seemed off about the Nameless. He must have come across the other one. This murderer is a psycho. But I have to admit, the case should be easy to crack. We can leverage the family's malfeasance and let the IPC use this as a reason to intervene. It's just that their trickery runs deeper than I thought. Robin's stand-in was all ready to go. These 2 murders are definitely getting hushed up. What should we do? Let me think. It's too rare an opportunity to miss out on.
You said that Robin's stand-in was ready to go.
Be careful.
The fucking tavern knew she was dead.
Have you already exhausted your limited repertoire of tricks so soon?
There are plenty of chips, but it'd be best to choose carefully. The most straightforward just be Robin. Remember? That masked fool once told me to find a mute as a friend. Robin is what she calls the mute. She has lost her voice, and while most people can't pick up on it, you and I cannot mistake that sound. Not produced by any voice box, but rather by the resonance of the harmony. If that girl hadn't gone hoarse from singing practice, there'd only be one possibility. Something was up with the family. Or Robin herself. To get to the bottom of this, I tried every way I could to meet her.
But she's not fucking
But
dead.
she died. Right before my very eyes.
A complete and utter loss. Incidentally, it seems to have resulted in your rather undignified arrival on the interrogation stand.
You arrived, but you
There were
died.
eyewitnesses at the scene, and the family, in their graciousness, has tentatively accepted your alibi. However, for the foreseeable future, you shall, regrettably, find yourself under the vigilant watch of the hounds.
I'd imagine so.
Well, things aren't looking too optimistic, Doctor. Starting to break out in a cold sweat. Do you reckon there's still any chance of a comeback, given how things are?
A probability? Yes, it exists, but it verges on the infinitesimal.
And
to phrase it in a manner more befitting the vernacular of Penacony, you're dreaming. But if you simply can't control yourself and want to try your hand, then there just so happens to be a suitable candidate.
Who's that?
That man wants to see you again.
Who?
Sunday.
Is this a public hearing or a private trial?
If it were the former, it would hardly befit my stature to stoop to the role of a mere messenger.
Interesting.
Fine.
He's actually working as a liaison.
Oh, that's great. It's all great. You see, the dead can't talk, but the living can. Ratio, I'm convinced now that there must be something wrong inside the family. Oh, just you wait and see. That man's sister has died. He can't sit on his hands. Well, without any further ado, let's set off. Lead the way. The show is about to begin.
Renewed vigor. I mean, I get renewed vigor too if I just got the
here. The Dewlight Pavilion is the Oak family's fortress and a place where heads of the families meet to discuss great plans for Penacony.
Fortress? I like this metaphor. I dealt with the warlords of the 𝐿𝐼𝐼𝐼𝐼𝐼 star system not long ago, and their synchronized orbital manor wasn't this heavily guarded.
Jesus.
This mansion nominally belongs to Sunday, and is very befitting of its owner. Without his express invitation, the likes of ordinary guests would never grace these grounds in their lifetimes. Look around while you still have this moment of freedom.
Hey, Doc, whose side are you on anyway?
Who's to say I won't sell you out?
Honestly.
We'll see. When we meet the authoritarian master of the Oak family, I'll pry an answer out of him.
Follow me and I'll bring you to his parlor. Hold your tongue and let me deal with the members of the family.
Interesting. As the story unfolds, you'll have a chance to progress the story for characters' POVs. When I check the character's POV for the first time, the character will automatically be placed in your first scene. You check the fate elements to know which character's POV are ongoing. Okay. You need to change POVs to continue the story.